Hello everyone, and welcome back to Papa's Comic Books and Coffee. Ta-da! Today, we're going to read Galactus, The Origin, Supervillain Classics. This is Galactus, The Origin, number 1. Can't see the number 1 there. Let's get it down there. Number 1, 60 cents. This was out in May of 1983. And as you see right there, for the first time in one volume, the Lee Kirby Masterwork by Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and it was inked by Vince Colletta. All right, well, let's push this back a little bit and let's see what we can do here. Okay, a gleaming silver pocket of life breaks through the fabric of hyperspace in the dark warmth of the real universe. I wonder what that is. It is the flagship of Galactus, and it is returning home. In all my endless treks across the universe, I always return here. For only here is there respite from the eternal gnawings of the cosmic appetites. Only here do I have time to reflect, yet what price must I pay for such a return ever rekindles bitter memories of ancient days. As you see down there, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, inked by Vince Colletta, lettered by John Morelli. There's George Klein, colored by Andy Yakis. Supplemental material by Mark Grunfeld, John Byrne, Ron Wilson, and Jack Abel. Memories of a time of life, a world that are lost forever. The now dead paradise called Ta. Looks like a wonderful place. Oh, behind the candy counter. Ta. A planet so far advanced from any other that there are no words to do justice. Ta. The most advanced civilization in the universe. Ta. Among the simplest of its many miracles were the thought spheres in which men lived and traveled. Ta. Ever changing, ever ancient, ever wondrous to behold. But not even fabled Ta could endure forever. Galen has returned at last. Now we shall learn our planet's fate. Oh no, you do not speak. I cannot speak. Of what use are words at a time like this? A time of dread catastrophe. The molecules, the very atoms of our universe are changing. It is, and as we feared, the world of Ta. The universe itself is doomed. I have been to the farthest end of the cosmos, but my journey was in vain. Our world is one of the last in existence. Then we must prepare for the inevitable. Our race must die in a manner befitting Ta. Yes, universal decay had come to Ta, and the greatest brains in the world were powerless to prevent it. It is hopeless. Nothing that lives can escape the plague. Even now, the Visi-screen shows nearby species struck down in their prime. The radiation as we approach the edge of oblivion is unbearable. and each passing moment brings death closer to Ta, while all we can do is watch and wait. And yet, it is not fitting that all must perish. Somehow, some way, the glory and grandeur that are Ta must live, and live they shall. For destiny itself shall find a way. In the square below, the people have already begun to die of radiation poisoning. Oh no, already it has reached our heartland. Our reports are useless with all the skill we can find no antidote, our efforts I should say. But even if there is no cure, there must be one living being whose body is immune, one who can survive, so that somewhere a vestige of Ta will live on. But no survivor could be found, and the carnage continued. Even in space, starships met their end as crews fell helpless at their malfunctioning controls. Not even the wondrous thought spheres could shield my fellows from universe decay. And then, where billions had dwelled in glory, only a handful remained. The end has come. Ta shall be no more. Thus ends the glory of a world. Oh no, this can't be happening. No, not just yet. There are only enough to assemble one final crew. Since we must die, let it be in flight. We will go where men have never gone. The terminal point of the universe will be our funeral pyre. Then go quickly while you can. Let your flight, your death, be a living monument to Ta, the Ta that is no more. And so a starship set forth. On the final flight, the final gallant, futile gestures into the blazing cosmic cauldron, into which all the matter in the universe was plunging. Ooh, look at that. The blip. I wonder if that's the same blip from Thanos. Adventure is yours, Dungeons and Dragons. As they hurtle through the heavens, each among them knew, though each of us must surely die. They wished, they prayed, and then found fulfillment as the first cosmic ray burst, inundated the star-crossed ship. They fell, they perished, all, save one. The others have met their end, but I feel new life, a strange new force throbbing, bursting within me. Straight into the fiery cauldron of the cosmos, the starship plunged, with not even the slightest ripple to mark its passage. Then suddenly the sole survivor hears a voice issue forth from the center of his being. Hear me, last son of Ta, I am the sentence of the universe. Like yourself, I am dying. In mere moments, as I mark time, I shall have drawn all the matter into the cosmos, into my bosom, and collapsed beneath on my abyssal weight. But though we both must die, we need not die without an heir. Come surrender yourself to my fiery embrace, and let us become as one. Let our death throw serves as birth reigns for a new form of life. In a time beyond time shall be born a new universe, and into that universe there shall be one entity like no other, a living organism who possesses the matchless power and raging appetite of a galaxy. But he shall be more than a galaxy. He shall be a galactic ravager. He shall be Galactus. There is an eternity of seeming nothingness. Then the cosmic egg of the universe explodes. Go now, let a universe of borning beware. For eons, the study starship carrying the metaphoric being hurled through the interstellar void. Then, at long last, it passed into the reach of the planet of gravity. The planet was the outpost of a watcher, one of the star-flung race of beings who endeavored to observe and study the wonders of the vast universe. That ship, it pulsates with energy unlike any I've ever witnessed. Using his own protege's telekinetic powers, the Watcher drew the ship from the orbit to crash upon the planet's surface. Now, to determine if it was worth violating the spirit of my oath of non-interference, and it is a vessel of highly advanced design, so powerfully built that it is but slightly damaged. So much seems to be intact. Yet where are the occupants? Where is the crew? And then he found the grim answer. That hand energies beyond comprehension course through it. What in all the swirling cosmos could have birthed such a being? But I sense this ship is far more than a spaceborne mausoleum. This sole survivor is a vastly powerful organism. I must know its nature. And so he studied what had been and what was yet to be. He was studying. He beheld an arm, glowing with energy, crackling with raw, living cosmic power. He saw the power surge and grow until it could not be restrained, until it was consumed by a monstrous fireball of its own making. I stand in the presence of power, power enough to shatter a planet. The power feeds upon itself like a miniature sun, even as I watch. Soon it will seek sustenance. Soon its hunger will be so great that naught but a world shall appease it. Mine is the power to destroy it now, before it can harness its total force. But I have pledged to never tamper with the affairs of living beings. It seems to me it senses possible danger. If I am to strike it, must be now. But I cannot. I must not. Fate has decreed it must live, though galaxies may die. You cannot refuse this offer. Lots of good stuff here. The ship departs. I have vacated. I just in time for the ages yet uncounted. I may regret the decision I have made this day. Once in space again, the being that had been the newborn placed its lifeless companions within a cylinder and ejected them into the void, there to drift in endless flight. Alone within his craft, the mighty survivor labored. Learning to control his power, he created a unique bodysuit which could help him regulate his awesome energies. Then he transformed his ship itself into a chamber in which he could rest and grow until he matured. Within his silent incubator, he drifted for countless centuries, until once, More, he fell into orbit around a verdant planet, the planet Archopia. And on the planet's surface, what is it, Tyrell? I am not certain, Lowell, but I do know it is not a natural object. We had best launch an exploratory vessel. Thus, it appears to be a cage or cell of sorts. We dare not tamper with it, lest we release the unknown. Let us return and warn the brethren. And so the incubator cube ominously orbited Archipio for years, undisturbed by the people below. And then interstellar war erupted, spreading the space sector. Invading armadas skirmished, leaving behind them a wake of utter destruction. At last, the marauding ships neared Archipia. Commandant, look, some strange spacecraft. It may be a weapon of some sort. We can take no chances. We must destroy it. The firepower of the entire space fleet was trained upon the incubator cube. And then, fire. Hold, I think I see something moving within the blast. My incubation period has ended. Galactus lives. With but a single gesture, the newborn being totally devastated the entire invading space fleet. For untold ages I have felt the ravenous rages of burning hunger. But now that I am awakened, I shall feast. Galactus must consume living energy or perish. That Galactus is a bad dude. More. I must have more. And so the very planet which midwifed him is the first world to succumb to his deadly appetite. I know not who or what they are below. I only know Galactus must feed. But as the awesome Holocaust stripped the planet bare of its life-sustaining energies, a small fleet of ships carrying four-sided Archopians managed to launch itself into space. This band of survivors of Galactus' first feeding would sail through space for untold centuries, becoming known throughout the galaxy as the Wanderers. And when Galactus had sated himself, he harnessed the smallest portion of his cosmic energy to travel planetward to the devastated surface of Archipia. He survived the carnage he had wrought. The sight of it moved him. There were specters of these ruins, ghostly vestiges in the dark decay that had destroyed the universe he had known, the world he had loved, yet here the decay was his doing. He thought, am I merely an agent of disorder and destruction? No, the power cosmic can be wielded for any purpose, creation as well as annihilation. As a testament to his power, he would not only restore the world to its former grandeur, he would surpass, in fact, the glory of any world in existence. That's it. Bullpen bulletins. Grit. Superhero utility belts. And here we go. Wielding the full force of the power, Cosmic Galactus began the reconstruction. The project took millennia to complete, for Galactus was frequently required to cease work and prowl the star lanes in search of sustenance. But when, at last, he was through, Ta-2 engulfed the Archipian system, a world ship unique in all of the universe, even more remarkable because it was the handiwork of one being. So huge was it that planets orbited as if it were the sun. Truly, Ta-2 was a home fit for a star god. Thus did Galactus come to be. Of all the creatures in the vastness of the universe, there is none like me. I was present at the birth of the universe, and I shall be there at its end. Though I ravage worlds, I live. To live, I bear no malice toward any living thing. I simply do what I must to survive. And why must Galactus survive? For no matter how many worlds I devour, how many civilizations I destroy, it is my destiny to one day give back to the universe infinitely more than I have ever taken from it. So speaks Galactus. All right, how many prizes do you want? Lock and chase in television. And so ends our story of Galactus, the origin. Well, that's the end of that. If you enjoyed that, please hit like, hit subscribe. Also, this book is available on my eBay webpage, Papa's Comic Books, Papa's-Comics-Books. You'll find that and many more books up for sale on my eBay page. Thanks again. I appreciate you listening. Until next time, stay cool.